today. So I'm gonna pull up obviously the standings already. I'm streaming and everything. APO, since last time we've been on, I guess what would be some of the things that have caught your eye in the league?
Right.
Well, I mean,
Headline.
John still being undefeated.
Yeah.
I actually thought he was gonna lose to Real. I really did. I thought he was gonna lose to Real. But John looked like he a real deal right now. He really is. And he did it without Mixon. I mean, good luck when he get Mixon back if he gonna win with Latavius Murray.
Yeah.
Who else? I mean, really, I mean, outside of just, I mean, it's part of Madden, but just really just how much losing is happening and how bad the energy is. Even though we playing, every game, basically every day, we haven't had a 48-hour advance in a long time.
Nope.
The energy is bad because people are taking L's. Shout out to Nard. Nard is right. People are trying to play with their teams right now like it's year 4 or 5, and it ain't.
Nope.
And hey, listen, this is what the majority of people wanted. And a lot of the people that wanted this is the ones that's trying to leave and quit. Then coming right back. So it tells you cats definitely don't like losing. They're frustrated. But yeah, it's a learning curve again because everything was so fast. Every team was fast. Every team had jets.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's not that way anymore. It's not that way right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's year 1. So I would say, Giants still be undefeated. I'm gonna put that number 1 because that's a big feat in Premier. That's a real good, impressive thing to do in Premier. What we in week 12? Week 12, right?
We're in week 13.
13? Okay.
That's be 14.
I know we up there. Yeah, we up there. So I mean, it's going by so fast. I can't even tell what week we in. Like I'm just loading up and playing. Like right now, I think as we speak, it's one game that's not accounted for tonight, and that's Jacob and Jacob game against I forget
Jacob
who
and
played.
Gabe. Gabe's try. I mean, Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob's trying.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's up with that. But yeah, like John. It's what it is about John that's catching people is he's not one dimensional either.
Very true.
He's throwing some good. He's throwing these routes, this X's and O's, and I'm seeing him do. I saw him do against Real. I saw him do against me. He throwing these routes where it's 2 reads going in the same direction, but at different times, and it's hard to use her against. And because of the zones, of the DBs or linebackers, they're not reacting quickly. So, he's killing people with it. So I'm gonna give him a lot of credit. Will it work in the playoffs? I'm not sure. The playoffs is a different. It's you focus on one person. That's it. But right now I'm gonna give it to John. What you got? What you got?
Just real quick about John, right? I mean, you're right. It's 2 things. He's second in the entire league in defense. I think that was the whole league. But yeah, he lets up a total of like 190 points, which quick math, that's about like 16 a game. Very impressive. But the other thing, like you said, is I think that's underrated. Yeah, he has Mixon and that's armbar. But he's also he makes smart passes, and I think the thing about this game that really pisses people off The thing that people don't like is that you do have to play smart. Like you really
Right.
do. I know
Oh
people
yeah.
don't like it, and that's fine. You cannot like it if you want to, but unless you have escape artist and a bunch of 99 speed receivers, or jukebox, which gives you a supreme advantage, or an incredible defense, which I don't think anyone has yet, just because we just finished obviously a fantasy draft. Um, you have to play smart, and you have to play things like field position. You have to play situations, not just, oh, I want to get 50 yards right here. And John right now over the year, 2,500 passing yards, which is top 10, 71% completion percentage, 20 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Not
That's not yo, that's pretty good. I
It's
mean,
really good. I'm at 19 right now.
71% completion. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's what he's doing. Like, I don't know. He's not streaming his games. That's another, once people get the game tape, we'll play a little better. But right now he's a little different than he was, Premier. Premier, he missed a lot of games, if
Mm-hmm.
I could remember. I think John missed a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
But right now he just dialed in. Maybe it's the extra time, maybe it's the extra time. He quarantined, so he put together some schemes, he put together some routes, and people so scared of his run, um, his passing, he went out there and just got some pass plays,
Yep.
and it's showing. I mean, 71%, that's called comfortability.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that's called.
And
So
we had the conversation, and I don't know why I got a lot of pushback on this, but passing the ball is way easier right now than it was in the It's not even close. It's not even close compared to how easy it is to pass now, how hard it was to pass against superstar defenses. It's not even close. You can like feel it because you have more time in the pocket, A, and B, the linebackers don't react anywhere close to the same. Like you can throw the ball right over linebackers' heads or right under them, and they're not going to be as fast.
yeah, I just had that issue in my game versus the Rams. Shout out to Weezy. Yo, here's a couple times where I have the perfect purple zone, and the ball just sailed over my linebacker head. I'm like, oh man, this dude is like, he don't have no awareness. He play right something, you know. It's a couple of interceptions that should be pick six because there's nobody in front of you when you got them purple flats, and the ball just went right over their head. And there's no pass rushes. Well, I had pass rush, I'll take that back, but it's it's no reaction, and that's because of the zones. That's because of the zones. You seen Bo, man, I won't call him Bay because I think Bay was better. Uh, but Bo, let's go with Bo or Bow or whatever he want to say. Uh, you see with his plays, it's really the zones. I kind of remember what it was like having top safeties and they just get there a little bit quicker,
Mm-hmm.
game wise. And right now it's yeah, I mean, I seen Cowboys Mason struggling with you with that, like you could know something coming, you could set it up however you want, but the players, they're not ready yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think. I mean that again. That's the big thing. So to me, the game is more fun, but like I said, um, losing hurts. So speaking of losing hurting, one thing that has caught my eye. I hate to say it. I hate to do it to him. He's my guy, and I was riding the train for him early. Royce has fallen apart in just like
Oh,
fashion.
falling apart. Cue the music, bro.
Fallen apart. Ever
Oh
since
man.
week 7, and we can look at it, he started off with a tough schedule. He beat me, lost to Mason, but then beat AJ. Ever since week 7 when he was 4-2, such a Jets like record too. Ever since
Man.
4-2, He lost to the Jags. He did beat the Dolphins, but then losses to John, the Raiders, and the Bengals. Everyone around that wild card spot. He'd be proud, but Prod's tanking. And so now he's sitting at 6-6 with games against the Dolphins, Jacobs, Ravens, the Steelers, and Nard, and Week 17 left to go. So right now, as you look at Royce, what could have been and what is happening, I have a question now. Do you think Royce makes the playoffs? Now, keep in mind, Nard is 7-5. He has beat AJ twice. So he has a tiebreaker over AJ, who's 6-6. And divisional records, let me look at it real quick. He's 3-1, Nard's 3-1. So if they end up coming down to it and he beats Nard in week 17, he will get into the playoffs if they end up being tied. Do you think he does it? Do you think Royce pulls it off? Or do you think he misses the playoffs?
Nah, I mean, it's no, I don't. I think that Royce is actually doing exactly what we expect from Royce and what we said on the first podcast. Royce can beat anybody, but Royce can also lose to anybody. Royce, this is X's and O's. So I'm gonna tell Royce where I believe, my opinion. I watch all of his games. When I get this notification, I at least tune in for a quarter or two, wherever. What I'm seeing differently by Royce is he's not running the ball no more.
Mm-hmm.
Those couple games, we were commending him because he was running the ball, letting his defense make plays for him. This last recent game versus the Bengals, he had a ton of interceptions, but then he just gave interceptions right back.
Yep.
It's like, come on, like, and I know he cared because I'm listening to him yell at the screen on the stream, like, yo, you were running the ball. You had a balance. John is exactly what Royce should be doing. Like, he should be molding his game plan around exactly what John is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Run the ball, get your routes. You know your money routes. You know what you're comfortable throwing. Figure those out. Run the ball and let your defense win you a game or two. He got some bad losses recently, like some losses that if he win, he had 3 winnable games.
Yeah.
3 winnable games, and the division would be a wrap already.
It'd be over. He'd be 9-3.
Yeah.
Because the hard the schedule, not even to like shoot my own horn, because AJ was in this, Dez was in this, Nard was in this as well, and Mason. Those were his first 6 games. He got out of it 4-2. He's there. And it doesn't get much harder than that in any schedule in the league. And to get both your AJ games out of the way, one of your Nard games in the division, that means you only have to play Dolphins, who's the weakest one in the division, the rest of the NFC East, and then everybody else can just fill in the AFC. He doesn't have to play Bo. He doesn't have to play Rod to have those losses, and now have to have Jake now comes back around to being tough. You have Jacob coming up. That's big. I think here's what happened. I'm almost pretty sure, because I know what happens in this league, right? You get close. You really do. You get close to being like a big-time player, a playoff contender, but then you lose the consistency. Against AJ, Royce had 292 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And since then, he decided he was a passer. And you can see what happens. In his losses against the Jags, 3 interceptions. His loss to John and the Giants, this was a 17-14 game, 4 interceptions. Why are you throwing 4 interceptions? You only had
see that tell you everything you need to know with that one.
It gets worse.
Man.
It gets worse. Against the Raiders, 5 interceptions. Against the Bengals, 6 interceptions. He's gonna throw 8 soon. I don't know. Stop throwing picks, man. I watched both of those last games, and the other thing is his defense starting to kind of crumble. One of the things that happens, obviously, is that's really, I think, a little more impactful early than later in the franchise is the morale. I don't know what's going on. His defense, it's against me, was not letting up anything. It's against AJ, both times, was not letting up anything. It's pretty good against theirs. Trying to get gas. 49 points to the Raiders, 42 to the Bengals. A lot of that's probably interceptions. but it's the defense as well. And all of a sudden, because during the game when I was playing, when I was watching this, AJ was like, he's hitting checkdowns, He's not going to some interception. He's falling in love with Goodwin, and he's falling in love with Wentz's arm, and he's falling in love with Hill, and he's just throwing up. And he lost.
Yeah, I mean, clear as day. That's clear as day. You look at the stats, you look at the recent games, you see exactly why he crumbling. Exactly why. Um, I I can't really. It's really nothing else, man. It's really nothing else. It's some of them throws. I'm like, oh man, he's not going to run the ball. He's not going to slow this game down for himself at all. And I know, like Royce, I know he can make. I know he wants to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and not saying that it bothers him that he losing like personally and stuff like that. Because Royce a class act. Like I never see him upset. You know, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
But like we're gonna play the game. We're gonna play the game, and from what I see, he got away from what made him successful in the beginning of the year. The
Mm-hmm.
dudes that you beat, they're the best of the best. And there's a reason why you was able to do what you did. And just get back to it. You already know how to do it. Just get back to it. You still got a chance. Cause I don't even think AJ. Yeah, I looked at the standings. AJ's not even in the playoffs.
6-6
So
right now. But the AFC is close. We're gonna get more into that in a little bit.
yeah. That's a conversation.
There was something else I wanted to talk about. We hyped him up. He had one of the best offenses in the league. It was Bo. Old Bo was sitting pretty, lighting people up. We just went over his X's and O's. But over these last two games against two AFC South opponents, against Ruben and against Rod, and again, I think the big thing to point out here, against Ruben, the first time he played him, he had 49 points. It looks like, at least in the division, something about his game has been figured out because he scored 7 against Ruben, 7 against Rod. Breeze wasn't the same. That defense is starting to get a little bit exposed. And I think one thing that you can look at, which it doesn't, I don't know if it makes it better necessarily or worse, it's not like he's throwing a lot of interceptions. I think some of the limitations, I saw him try to run with Drew Brees today and fumble. On the offensive end, it's kind of impacting him. And that defense isn't really stepping up like they should. Ruben ended up with 250 yards passing on him. Rod had a field day as well. He threw for 300 yards. So the secondary of the Colts looks like it might be an issue. And if they can't outscore you, can they beat you? Kind of a question. What are you seeing right now with Bo? Started off 8-1 and now he's 9-3. Still leads
Man,
the conference, by the way.
hey man, this is my favorite player right now, so it's hurting my soul to talk about this. But again, there's a balance. You can't just come into this league and think you're gonna just throw. You might be successful for 5, 6 weeks in a row, but you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught. Um, the guys he played, is it Rod? Rod and Ruben. Okay, they always confuse me, but Rod is the one that's got the real good defense and blitzes, right? Like he was
Yes, Rod's the Titans.
oh man, yeah, he's a nightmare for somebody like Bo. Nightmare.
Yes, absolutely. I watched him.
Nightmare.
I was like, this is a bad matchup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
I don't want to
he
break down
on that
necessarily
medicine.
why too much to ruin how they play, but it's a bad matchup.
Yeah, nah, cause Bo, if you're gonna sit there and try to pass against him, he gonna eat you alive. You gotta run the ball against him.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta run the ball. Um, and Drew Brees ain't getting away from the blitzes. Bo got some weird defenses that he be throwing out there, and he got some blitzes that's just like tough. Um,
You mean Rod?
so Rod, I'm sorry, Rod. Rod got some defenses, and you know he gonna put them on the field.
Mhm.
So if you're gonna sit there and try to pass on them, good luck. Um, I actually missed that game. That's a bad game for me to miss.
I tagged you. I think you were
Yeah,
playing. This happened. That's why.
yeah. Oh man, that's a bad game for me to miss. But what was the score? It was bad, right? It wasn't that close, right?
32-7.
Yeah. I seen because I saw him say to you, um, it's not who you expected to.
Yeah, I didn't even say anything.
Yeah,
Miles was.
I was wondering what he was talking about, but I guess he know that that's one of our favorite players to watch or something. So hey, listen, the people that got their first win against Rod because he had internet issues, be thankful because he ain't lose that many games.
That would be Jake and John actually got a force over him. I remember that.
Yeah. See, and I wish I could have seen that John versus that would have been spectacular.
Something
John
else.
versus
Sorry.
nah, you good.
Something else that needs to be pointed out. Taking away the sins or the forces. Rod has scored under 30 points only twice this season. Against the Browns in Dez week 1, against the Chiefs in Gutta in week 10, both losses. He is second in the league in scoring. It's not something we think about him, but remember he has Aaron Rodgers, took 45 on the Jags 3 weeks ago, 32 on Bo, put up 37 against Nard. This is a player we need to again start looking at a little more. Rod, he was top 10 obviously last time, but he joined later, so he's still kind of making a career presence now. But he's yet to miss the playoffs or anything like that. And now we're seeing him with a different kind of team throwing the football a lot more. 36 touchdowns, 22 interceptions with Aaron Rodgers, 74% completion, and he's throwing 300 yards a game. So that's really good. 22 interceptions is not bad for 36 touchdowns and 3,600 yards. Really good.
Yeah. I mean, but that's another thing. He throwing the ball a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's again matchups. If I doubt he does that in the playoffs. Uh, I doubt he does that in the playoffs because if I remember correctly, he's a run first guy.
Yep.
So I doubt he does that in the playoffs. But if he gonna run against Dez and he gonna run against Gutta, they're one of the two better defenders in the league. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by that. Um, and they play man coverage too. So that might be a X's and O's to somebody out there against Rod.
I feel yeah, but I don't want to discredit him because I think he seems like a player who can just adjust to his team. Because he didn't throw the ball at all, but he also had Jake Fromm and no receivers on that Jets team, if you remember correctly. He's got weapons, he's got Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers, and he's slinging it.
Who's his receivers? You can show his receivers.
I'll look him up real quick.
Yeah, who's his weapons? I know for a fact he has no linebackers, no defense. His defense is terrible. So for him to be doing what he's doing, pretty good.
Yeah, he's
Because
got
I know
Curtis Campbell, Evan Ingram, Tyler Lockett, David Moore. David Moore's
okay.
Lockett and Campbell really good. Campbell's a
So
rookie.
Campbell, yeah. I actually see him get a beater with Lockett. Lockett one of them fast agility dudes, so he hard to cover. Um, okay, yeah, he got some speed. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's weird. To go back to Royce real quick. Royce, I understand what he going through because he got them two speed guys. He got a 99 speed receiver and a 98 speed receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So I know he going for them stats. But I don't understand why in 4 quarters cats can't just put together a game plan around the stats. That's one thing that gets me about when people talk about they have breakout games. It's like, okay, how did you get the breakout game though? You played well with that player. You know,
Mhm.
people get breakout games and then they just go nuts. Like, all right, this is my only focus. I gotta throw it here. And it's 4 quarters and they throwing picks and picks and picks. And they're not even scoring at this point because they just trying to go to one person. It never works out. Um, it's weird. It's weird. It's really weird.
That happens. Yeah, yeah. Speaking of which, one player who's been really, really impressive recently after starting off 3-4, I believe, he's won 4 straight until he lost to Mason last night, 10-31. That's Nard. Beating Prod, Dez, the Dolphins user, I don't know which one at the time, and getting a force. So that's big. So now he's in the driver's seat of the AFC East, which we'll talk about the other member of the AFC East in a bit. But he's got Jacob, Steelers, AJ, Royce Tendo. So I honestly think
That's tough.
that's tough, right? That's a
That's real tough. Um, the Steelers, he don't play his games. Uh, Shout out to him. He don't play his games like that. I think he
he played
played
that.
today. Yeah, he played, but this is like the first time he played in. Go to his schedule. Let's see what we'll call him out a little bit because we'll call Elmo out.
He had two
Elmo,
forces.
yeah, 2 forces back to back,
I mean,
right?
honestly, we could have let him play. He honestly didn't want to. I
Huh?
really didn't think. The last one, he was like, "I can play tomorrow." It was just that one day we just went. It was like it was yesterday. It was Saturday, and early
Okay.
in the day, Des wanted to play. He was busy, and then later in the day,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's you see you can kind of see Des kind of sneaking back. He has that momentum to prove himself because he started off 3-6 before and he won a Super Bowl. So AFC, if y'all paying attention, Dad's got a couple wins in a row here. He trying to come back because it's wide open.
Oh,
It's
it's
wide open over there in that AFC.
Bengals as well. He's right there, and the
Hey,
Bengals
you know
and
what?
Browns
That's a
play
good game. That's a real good game coming up at Advance. The Bengals and Browns.
That's a schedule. If you look at it, Bengals, you, Jacob, Bengals.
Oh man, yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Bengals.
That's
So we can just talk about all the AFC North. Bengals schedule: Browns, that's AJ, Dolphins, Dez, and then Jacob. By the way, Jacob has come back to the pack a little bit, but he's still 8-4 after a win against Weezy. Um, but he had back-to-back losses to the Bengals and losing to the Texans 35-7. He has Gabe, hopefully they play eventually. Um, Gabe, Nard, Royce, Dez, Steelers. I think Jacob is a little easier, not much easier, but a little easier. I think. Also think he's just a little better. So I think Jacob's going to have the Act division wrapped up. Um, we didn't talk about it. Who do you think is going to win the AFC South? Though? Really up in the air. Ruben's 7-5. Rod is 8-4 now, and Bo is 9-3.
Titans.
Titans. He plays
Yeah,
2 more times.
yeah. He got that locked up. I'm sorry.
That's how you feel. You think he's
Yeah. He got that locked up, bro.
the
He
AFC
got that
West?
locked up.
The Raiders pretty much got the West locked up at this point. Um, so the East is obviously up in the air as well. We talked about that. Who think's winning that division?
Ah, man, that's tough. I mean, I gotta go with uh, that's not. I mean, that's Nard division, right? I'm sorry if I
Yeah.
heard you correctly. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Nard, because Nard understands where he's at with his team,
Yep.
He understands where he's at in in the league and what he could do and what he can't do. Everybody else is just going for the breakouts and the stats.
Yep.
Him too. Him too. I'll take that. But at least his losses are coming against top opponents.
Yeah, Nard's been around.
NFC losses.
Yeah, Nard has been around long enough to not drop games against people he's not supposed to. And that's like that's honestly the biggest difference between elite players and non elite players. The same. It's just using the people you're not supposed to lose. Because the better you are and the more recognized you are in the league, the harder everyone's going to try to beat you. I played a game last night at 2 a.m. It was annoying shit. And I was like, he's going to try hard as hell, and I just can't do anything stupid. Because you know what it is when you reach a certain point. I feel like 1 year Premier, it's like, okay, they know you, they're going to come after you. You're going to get everyone's A game, and you just can't lose to people you're better than. And you lose people you're better than by a lot of interceptions. Nard did that early in the year because he was getting used to Dak's throw power without Mahomes.
Yeah.
He's not used to it, and you can see him winning games. So he's adjusted, to what's going on.
I'm not gonna take away no credit from what Mason EA did to him.
I missed it.
He played Nard. Yeah, he played Nard, and he was throwing routes against that man. I was like, man, Mahomes looked like he gonna go to this Super Bowl and win it. Like he just looked like a different.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm sorry. He just looked like a different cat. Hey, listen. At least when people go to other leagues and say Mason won the bowl, they probably gonna think that it's you still winning the Premier.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, in the AFC, real quick, I just want to break this down for everyone so we have a look at it. The Colts are 9-3, but the Titans are 8-4 as well. That means that now 2 spots are kind of full, right? But the Titans and the Colts both, 2 best records in the AFC and in the same division. You have the Ravens at 7-4, who we thought was going to win the division. We both picked them. And you have now Ruben at 7, and we have Nard at 7-5 as well, and the Raiders at 7-5. Right? So now here's the issue for that last wild card spot. You have Ruben at 7-5, but he plays Rod 2 more times. The Bengals usually play Dez, who's 6-6. So Dez 6-6, Bengals 6-6, Rook 6-6, AJ 6-6. Of those 5 teams I gave you, who do you think makes it out into that last AFC wild card spot?
It's gonna be Dez. It's gonna be Dez. Why? Because again, I think he understands now that he knows where he at. He know what he can do. Just go out there and win the games, man.
Mm-hmm.
Try to embarrass nobody. The swagger and everything is done for right now. You ain't got it. Just try to go out there and win the game. 24 points. I like seeing that score for Dez. Just 24-10. Just be somebody 24-10.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of trying to get 60, 70. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with what you're saying. I think just having watched him just play, I think AJ did the same thing though when he played Ruben. He was a better opponent to the Steelers. He had 35 points on him, but the way he was moving the ball, I want to say by in 3 quarters he didn't miss a pass. So he wasn't doing any of the dumb stuff he did against New England. Again, he's got Gunna's tanking. Bengals user, Nard, Dolphins. I think Dolphins is a win. I think Gunna's a win. Well, Gunna's going to try against AJ, so that'll make it interesting. But I think AJ beats him. And my only thing, because I think that right now Dez is playing better to get in that spot. It's those games, man. Bengals twice. We think Bengals is a good user. He plays you, and he plays Jacob. He could lose any one of those games. And I think if he loses 1 or 2, if he loses 2, he's gone. And so that's why to me it's up in the air. I think AJ just has a slightly easier path. I put Ruben up there, but Ruben's going to have to beat Rod one of those 2 times. Now, he does play Broncos, and he does play Jake. But Jake, who's the Buccaneers. But Jake loves beating people who, are good. He'll try against everybody. We saw him recently beat, you and Juan. That's big. So it's really up in the air. I'd pick AJ, but honestly, that is either way. Ruben's right there. Sorry,
If
Rui.
if AJ keep his head on his shoulders,
That's a big
like AJ can lose it like in the snap of a finger. He can lose it.
True.
That dude will lose it and he'll give up. You know, so that's a real good problem for the league. That's real good problem that the league is so balanced. All these cats coming around and they have to play each other to get in.
Mm-hmm.
It's good, but it's also bad because these dudes can't take L's,
Oh,
and it's gonna be a lot of sadness, in the chat.
sadness. It will be a lot of sad boy hours in the chat. Now we talked about the NFC. You're welcome. Now to the NFC. Obviously, we'll look at the standings. We talked about he's 12 and 0. He's cruising to that division. And right now he's got the 1 seed. I wouldn't say wrapped up though. Mason right behind him at 11 and 1. I'm there at 10 and 2 as well. And remember that takes up 2 spots. But real quick, I want to talk about before we get into that, the division that I said before the year would be the most interesting. For those who don't know, with obviously help from you guys, and helped pick the divisions based on who they wanted, what team they wanted, blah blah blah. And I just looked at the NFC North and was like, just based on talent, right? It would be the closest one. And you see why Zach is 7-4, Ryan 7-4, Miles is on edge all the time. But he's 6-6. KO is 5-7. And Ryan did what, to me, everyone in this division does from time to time. And that's the ultimate thing we talk about. Lose a game you really shouldn't lose. And he had a tougher kind of upswing in the schedule. Started 6-2, then lost to me. He lost to Zach. That was a big game for Zach. Beat Weezy 52-28, but he doesn't. And then against John, there he is. 6 interceptions. Great game, by the way. We both watched that one.
Oh, beautiful entertainment. I was watching that and I was like, John was down a lot, and then I started noticing, okay, he just passing though.
Yep.
So you're gonna pass. John is actually one of the better pass defenders in Premier. People don't know that. John just makes some wild. John give up a lot of pick six and he lose. But if you really look at his games, he's always almost winning at certain points in the game. So he turned the switch, and I'm looking at the game like, yeah, this all momentum, and that's what happens. Now Ryan is sitting behind me in the wild card, because he lost to John. You can't. I beat John, so every game matters. You know, that could be what keeps you out the playoffs. We got the same record at 11-5, and it happens. 11-5 missed the playoffs in Premier because you lost to a common opponent. Um, so yeah, I mean that's a good division. Miles, I don't know. I don't have much faith in Miles. Miles want to quit. Miles, we're gonna let Miles go. I don't want to give him a lot of shine. You know what I'm saying? Like Miles, we appreciate the time, but hey, we gotta, he not doing anything. Uh, he just holding the team, like he said.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody else, Zach, this is when you know what Zach is about. The end of the year. This one he always normally disappear.
Yep.
Give up force wins, disappear, lose, and then come in the chat talking about the draft. Like, yo, you was just leading the division. Where you go? Zach does this every year. Every single year Zach does it. So we'll see what he about. So in that division, um, Yeah, that's a big game tonight, man. People don't know that's the popcorn tonight.
Yeah.
Ryan versus Zach for the division lead.
And I think what needs to be one thing is I think Zach's gonna get well. First, obviously they play today, and if Zach wins again, he now have basically a 2-game lead on the division because you have swept Ryan. And you look at Zach's schedule; he plays KO, Jake, Buccaneers, Jake, Broncos, and Miles. In fact, Ryan's schedule down the stretch, that John loss is really gonna hurt because he plays again. We talked about Zach, then he plays Mason, then he plays Miles, then he plays Gutta, then he plays KO. So honestly, if you look at it, KO, I mean, look at his schedule real quick. He's 5-7. He plays Chargers, Miles, Zach, fine. Conceivable he gets in. But I just think that Zach's schedule right now is much easier than Ryan's, especially. And I think that that'll just be the edge. That and given the fact that he really has in that division, won a lot of games. He's 2-1 in the division. If he beats Ryan again, it's a huge game. But if Ryan wins, everything's back on the table, right? To me, that means they would split. I think that would give him the division lead too, because he'd be 3-1 to Zach's 2-2. That division, man, that's a fun one. But I think you have to say, I don't know. It's really tough to say as we really break it down.
Hey, I'm gonna call out KO a little bit. KO, this is a new fantasy draft premiere. You in the division. You're not in the division with Dez, APO, GGA. You're not in that division no more. Yo, man, win the division. Go to the playoffs. You deserve it. And I'm taking a shot, because we owe division rivals. But at the end of the day, he's been one of the better premier members, this year.
Mm-hmm.
Never talking about quitting. Always trying to keep the chat upbeat. When Cat's talking about quitting, he call him out. I want to see him. I want to see this man win. And he's another one of those guys where it's like, all right, you can go out there and beat Juan. You can go out there and beat, because I seen him beat Juan. He normally get Juan trouble, except not today. He
Nope.
normally do. Uh, uh, you know, but he one of those guys where it's all right. Either he gonna play good, or he gonna just play real, real bad. It's never no middle. Never no middle. If those guys, the KO Royce, John, I'm put John in there. Those guys can just get consistent, and understand what they want to do when they go out there on the field. There'll be problems, you know. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta win the division with. You gotta win that division at least once. I mean, that's not like I could respect Ryan, I could respect Zach, but again, Zach gonna disappear. That's why we call him Casper. For people that don't know, Zach is Casper. Zach disappears,
And the ghost.
comes back. I put him out there. Y'all gonna know what I'm talking about soon. Y'all see what I'm talking about. It never fails. Never fails. Um, but yeah, man, that's a good division. That game tonight is a real good game. It's a real good game.
Something else that I wanted to talk to you about. There was recently a huge trade. Deshaun Watson was traded to the Saints, your boy Real. And he went for, I believe, if I remember correctly, Deshaun Watson went for Aaron Donald and a first round pick. Aaron
Yeah,
Donald
yeah,
first,
yeah.
they swapped two and a fourth.
Right. It was something about next year. It would have something to do with next year picks too. Yeah, that's oh man.
Wait, you can say it. It's fine. It's right. You traded all these picks for Chandler Jones?
Yes, I did. I really did.
When did you do that?
Probably a week ago. I mean, like premiere week, like 2 days ago now.
Yeah. So 1 and a 2. I need to make a trade real quick before I clinch. I don't give up on this. But anyway, what do you think about the Watson trade?
Watson, I think that trade was absolutely insane. I think it was oh man, these cars, man. I think it was a desperation trade. Um, insider. I talked to real a lot. That's my brother. We work at UPS in Jersey. I talked to real, and when we were drafting, we were talking about, part of our issue with regular Premier was not being able to move in the pocket. A lot of people game plan revolved around being able to move in that pocket. You can't do that this year without escape. You cannot do it. I don't care if you're quarterback 91 speed. If you don't drop the guard yourself and then bring it back up to throw passes, stuff like that, little tricks like that, sure. But that gets you killed too sometimes. If that icon don't come back up. But um Aaron Donald, I'm keeping Aaron Donald. I did they were playing right now, right? When we started this, I think that Cliff posted their stream.
He won 31-10 over Cliff.
Okay. What was the stats?
Let me look him up.
Yeah.
I
Let's
don't
see.
know.
Let's see the stats. I mean,
Donald's a great player, but escape artist is escape artist. And
Donald's.
I was just watching him play, and he just had Watson 176, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, sacked 7 times. He ran for 38 yards with Watson with a touchdown, though.
Yeah, that ain't a good first showing for me.
Plays Gabe next week. Bo, Rod, John. That's a rough schedule, man.
Yeah. I mean, he lost to John Big, didn't he?
Lost by 23.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't say it's a Pango though, because I played with Trubisky. It's ass.
look at John, man. Bravo, John. 12-0. That's crazy. I ain't see that coming, man. Number 1 seed is the freaking Panthers. I ain't see that coming, man.
No one does.
He won that division. That's crazy. Division the rap. Ain't nobody catching him.
Nope. Clinch.
I mean, truthfully, he get one more win. He already got 1 seed. That's pretty good. Don't even. I'm sorry. I mean, a bye week, not 1 seed. A bye week. If he Joe Mixon, man, just sit him. Don't bring him back. You good? Yeah. Don't bring him back, because it's a dog fight. You're gonna play real again. It's gonna be a dog fight because he's gonna be fighting. And nah, don't bring him back. Just sit Joe Mixon. He ain't gotta come back and make a business decision. Sit your guy. But yeah, that's what's up. 12-0. That's insane. But yeah, Deshaun Watson for Aaron Donald. That's a weird. That wouldn't happen no other Madden but this one.
True. Watson's always been great. Yeah, you're probably right. You're right. It wouldn't happen, but I don't know why. Like, if you could always run, I still think Watson would be huge. But yeah, quarterbacks used to be easier to use them, so I guess not. Real quick, I wanted to talk about this because you said he's going to the Super Bowl and all this other stuff. Patrick Mahomes, 3,400 yards, 35 touchdowns, I want to look at. He's 11-1. That's the reason, by the way, John has to keep trying and playing these players. Leads the league in passing in points per game, 39.9 a game. Second is Miles, 32.5. Wide difference there. What do you see from the Cowboys right now? What do you see? easily the best in the NFC. What are your thoughts?
Listen. So with him, um, he gave Nar all Nar can handle. I'm sorry. I was watching the game. I'm like, yep, that's open. Okay, that's open. That's open. And he was looking at everything. Like he knew exactly where to throw the ball. It was insane. It was actually one play. I never seen this before. This just goes to show
Can't believe I missed
how how thorough he is. It was a goal. He was on the 15 and he threw a like an in route and he beamed it low so that Nard linebacker couldn't, react to the pass.
it. Mm-hmm.
But he did it directly on the line, the touchdown line.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? What's that what they call it? Like what's
End
the
zone? Pylon? I don't know.
the pine line? But in the middle, I'm sorry, in the
Yeah,
middle
the
of the
goal line.
yo, bro, the goal line, bro. I was like, okay, he know when to throw high, he know when to throw low, out, and it's insane. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad there's no such thing as back shoulder throw. You could kind of manually do it yourself, a back shoulder throw, but
Mm-hmm.
imagine them putting that in the game. So I was looking and I'm like, man, he my Super Bowl favorite. And I'm going to just put him out there because this ain't never going to happen on my watch. Ever. He hit me up for Isabel, Andy, 95 speed because I got three of them now. I don't need three of them. I don't pass that much. 395 speed receivers hit me up. Uh, I'm like, I'm looking. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna entertain it. I'm gonna look around, see what's up. Nah, man. I thought about the game. I'm like, there's no way. I'm just giving away my money. I'm just giving away my money. I'm not sending that man no 95 speed receiver with that. Because truthfully, X's and O's, that's his weak spot. Is that he don't really have the speed to do the beaters. But he dotting people up though. And it's gonna set up those beaters because Mahomes, once he get out the pocket and he roll right and he throw that pass off his back leg, it's still almost a wrap for everybody. Unless you know how to click on, swat the pass. A lot of people don't know how to do that yet. So with him, I think it's not even his defense isn't impressive. I'm gonna say
I
that.
don't know.
That's
He
how
held, he held the last three opponents to 3-3-10.
uh that's because
AJ,
they not running. That's because they not running the ball though.
sorry.
Like with Nard started running the ball at the end of the game,
He's
and he
number
was
one in the league in defense. I should just point that out. Points per game.
yeah. Shoot, see, it make me sound crazy. Who? All right.
Giving you the
Um, I'm trying to think, man, because when I'm watching him, I don't see that much. I don't see that much. I think people just nervous, like they know he's gonna put a 50, so they trying to outpass him instead of playing him, slow him down, man. Like I want to see him versus Juan. I seen how you played him. That's what I'm going off of. I don't watch all his games because a lot of his games I feel as though they're automatic wins for him. So I watched him play you. I watched him play um Nard, and against the better users, I think he gets run on a little too easy. But I don't think people really try to run on him. And I think for me, in my well, what I would do, he don't have really good run defense. So that's just me nitpicking though and giving him one little flaw. Um, just so I'm not on here praising him, you know. But all around game, I think he's he's tops. Like he's tops. Jime got the one seed, but we know what's up. I mean, the real ones know. You know what I mean? The real ones know. Like yeah, man, the Cowboys, the Mason EA, he's ready. He's really, really using Mahomes well, like really, really well. Um, yeah, man, you got to check out him versus Nard. Them passes, man, them routes and them plays are just like fluid.
I've seen him. I played him. What do you mean?
Yeah. I gotta remember that y'all played. See that whole Mason, two Masons in one division thing getting on my nerves.
Is it getting on your nerves?
Yeah, it's
You
getting
don't
on my
have to play.
nerves cause I gotta play one of y'all the playoffs. Hopefully, like that's gonna be a every year thing. Neither one of y'all could lose 5, 6 games. It's a wrap. It's done. You
I'm
know
aware.
that man never gonna lose 4 or 5 games in the division. I hope you know that.
Thanks.
He might lose to you twice because you the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. You are the GOAT. That's you showed him you the GOAT. And I told you that in your stream, man. Stop playing with him. Just show up, give him that
Uh,
playoff Mason, and keep it pushing.
I don't know. Someone has an argument to make with that, and that's Juan. He's won 8 of his last 9. He's on fire. Beat me recently. Only lost coming to Jake. Kind of an aberration. He's beaten Dez, Jacob, you, Gabe. Gabe isn't on that list. He beat Dez, Jacob, me, you. Um, Plays John soon, but other than John and you, it looks like Juan might win the division, man. What happened? What happened?
Yeah,
You had it. You
that's,
had it. You lose games to Jacob game. You
yeah.
got
You
to
see
stop.
that? Terrible. It's a terrible, terrible feeling knowing that I'm on the podcast and I have to answer for losing the division to Juan. Even though, to my credit, I told you it's probably gonna happen. Like I'm not worried about it. As long as I get in the dance, I'm fine. I gotta build this team for
And
Juan. But listen to this. A couple people are having lag issues, and I am one of them. I
oh,
cannot stress that enough, and that's
good,
why that's
good.
why I'm not even in the chat crying and wanting to quit like everybody else. It is what it is. There's nothing I could do about it. Um, yeah, I'm struggling. I'm struggling. I can't, in Gabe game, I missed the field goal. I lost to him in overtime. We went to overtime and he won the coin toss and he just ran the ball the whole overtime. I wish overtime had better like, you know, accelerated clock
Seven.
was off or something. Cause in overtime, that's really all you gotta do is get the ball first and waste the clock. You know, it's really tough to come back in overtime against somebody if you don't win the coin toss. So he took me to overtime and he kicked the field goal and won. But I think I dropped the clips. I dropped the clips versus me and Gabe. That was really the hard game that could cost me the playoffs. It could cost me the division. Stuff like that was that loss because it's a division loss for one. And when I was playing the game, I dropped the tape. I threw the bomb and that would have made it 14-3. If
Mm-hmm.
you go down 14-3 against me in the fourth and all you gotta do is pass, good luck. I don't really lose those games. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who it is. I don't really lose those games. Especially with how I generate pass rush, blah blah blah, run around with the corner, all that crap. People hate. It is what it is. So I threw that pass and my the game just it doesn't register. Like most of the game, it didn't register. When you lagging, the computer has a mind of its own sometimes too. So I have to just take the loss. I have to take the loss. It's not that he's going to win the division 100% because I still got to see him. I still got to see him. So it is what it is. I mean, it's Juan. I'm glad he don't. I hope he don't start. Bringing up that journey back. He played 500 games more than me. You know what I'm saying? This Madden, he played way more games than me. So I never really gave him credit for that journey back. Man, you running the ball. You ain't gotta. You ain't gotta journey back and learn how to run the ball again. Stop. You feel me? So it's good. He got the lead right now, but I'm gonna keep pressure on him. Um, it yeah, I lost those two games. Those are bad losses. I mean, if you look at the first game between me and Gabe, it wasn't close, but I wasn't lagging. So I mean, it's nothing I could do about it. It's nothing I could do about it.
Ooh, ooh. Nah, you probably are lagging. That's fine though. Still can't lose any more games. And that last wild card spot again because I'm 10-2, and they assume is 11-1. That's going to be a big, you know what I mean, a big differential though.
Yeah, yeah.
But because you and Juan are both 8-4. But again, that NFC North, they're both 7-4. Someone's going to get to 8-4. Someone's going to fall at 7-5.
But
But that's
yep,
just
but that's the wild
and
card.
Rio as well is 7-5 too. So there's a lot going on there.
Right, right. But I beat Real, so that helps me out. That's what I'm saying. Every Sunday, every game is important. I beat Real, so really Real is a game and a half back for me. So if I get 5 losses, I'm still in that last wild card spot. You know, the Lions or Bears, one of them gonna lose tonight. Somebody getting 5 losses. So yeah, I mean, it's and because he lost it, did he lose the? We was just talking about that, right? He lost to John. So
Yep.
I have a half game up on the Bears. So it's it's uh it's really good. I'm saying it's a real good problem for Premier to have because it's so even. It's 2 people in every division or 3. So every game is like it's important. Every freaking game.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people? We've gone over who you think is getting in the playoffs down the stretch.
So I'm gonna make a predictions. Let's make a prediction.
Go ahead, make your
My favorites right now, Super Bowl favorites right now is Eagles versus Titans.
You just said you thought Mason was going to the bowl 2 seconds.
Man, bump it. I just threw that out there just to cap a little bit. I seen what I need to see when y'all play. Did y'all play twice? Y'all played twice already, right?
Once.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
played.
yeah, yeah. So y'all got another game. Listen, I see what I need to see. I keep telling people it's a different level. Um, I don't want to take the easy route and pick him. I can see you easily winning it too. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with my guns, stick what I know. I got Eagles, Titans in the Super Bowl. AFC, AFC it's not that strong to me. Like Jacob, he got a lot going on personally. God bless him. So he trying to play, but his mind really not there. He dealing with some stuff while the game's playing. How it's crazy. It's tough. I dealt with it.
AFC
Nard,
has some letdowns, definitely.
yeah, Nard, he always got like a breakout game. It seems every week. Every time he lose or whatever, it's like a breakout game. So I'm not really sure about him. Like you can't just turn on the switch. Um, but he's a favorite too. I would say that he make it to the chip game. Um, but I got the Titans, man, because what he doing, he efficient. Um, Bo, I I would say him, but I think he has the number 1 seed in the AFC, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, but he has problems with the Titans. So I think the Titans the favorite over there, and I got him going up against man. I don't. He gonna probably meet up against Nard, and I see him winning. It's Titans Eagles Super Bowl. That's a good Super Bowl because you
Not
can read a
pick, man.
blitz. You can read a blitz. So I think that's a perfect Super Bowl to see how you attack his blitzes. Um,
We
but
played preseason actually. It's fun.
yeah, man, I wish I could have played a game in the preseason. It's always tough getting new teams. I'm still trying to get used to my team. Like I still don't mean like sometimes I'm on the field.
Well, one preseason game didn't give me that much of an edge over you as far as teams. You also
Nah, it didn't. It didn't, but it's still more experience. Like I wish I could have played a preseason game just to, still get familiar. But hey, this is good. This was good.
yeah, I'm not gonna make any predictions because everything I say gets to the
No
end.
predictions?
Ah,
That's
yeah.
that mean you're gonna win it.
I mean, I think I'm gonna win it. I'm not gonna finish. Like, people don't want to hear me just say me.
Oh, that's cool. You ain't say you all podcast. You good.
Sure.
Cheers, man. Cheers,
I
man.
think
Half
that's
these
not as the
dudes,
favorite.
half these dudes leave. Half these dudes leaving anyway. Saying what we care about their feelings. They got something to say, or they got feelings about everything. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like whether you say me, them, they gonna cry. The real ones know, man.
I knew there was one more thing you wanted to say. See, I got nothing else to say on that one. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I appreciate you guys listening. Wow. Until next time, I think, yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep the speed going, and we are close to the playoffs. I think the next one will be a straight playoff preview.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that wild card podcast.
Should be.
Yeah.
Till
That's
next time.
that's this weekend. Next Saturday. We back on next Saturday.
And at this point, it'll probably go quicker, honestly.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
People
We
quit.
might be in playoffs by Thursday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So yeah, I like that. I
Oh,
like
and
that.
I'm gonna announce it. We can take it back later, but I feel like making an announcement. So starting week 15, those of you who continue to listen, thank you. Starting week 15, what is going to happen is everyone who is completely eliminated from the playoffs, if you play a playoff user and defeat them, we are giving you a normal to star development. If you win,
Yeah.
you have to win. You can't
And reason why we're not doing star to superstar is
some
obvious.
clues about it, honestly.
Yeah. That's too much. A normal to star, that's a big jump. That's a lot. I think that's very, very good. So
I could use it.
yeah, please keep playing y'all games, participate. Um, go out there. If John didn't have no pride, if John ain't had no pride, Zach and Bears game wouldn't matter as much and be as fun to watch tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So just follow John lead with that one.
Follow John. Exactly. Yeah, that was it. I have nothing else to say. I appreciate you guys listening. Continue to send me clips for the X's and O's. We'd like to keep doing that. That's a lot of work. We figured out how to do it easier. So we can definitely get to a lot more of that. It would make it easier as well if we timestamp what you wanted me to look at. Just make it flow. I can just keep doing all the work. That works too. And until next time.